Points to make note of. There was a very tall, red-headed individual that lived in my neighborhood, Marley's Manor in Conway. He lived on Diane Lane, I believe it is, and like 3 houses on the left from Nutter's Chapel, directly behind the SSI building. In fact, I believe this guy is a firefighter, and that's when I noticed all this is starting to come, back and make sense. That one day I was having problems being hacked so bad that I went outside and I followed networks around my neighborhood, and I noticed that there were some MotoVaps access points seemingly chaining together to my house. This would explain why I had 17 devices on a LAN scan, but in fact they weren't devices. They were other LANs, other local area networks. And also it would make sense because there wouldn't be 17 local area networks that could even reach my router to be an access point. So these were somehow daisy-chained together. And I'm sure Conway Corp probably has some sort of a record as to this happening due to the fact that my mother was personal friends with one of the women at Conway Corp. But I can tell you that these things seemingly daisy-chained together all the way up towards Dave Ward Drive, which would easily go to this red-headed individual's home. As a matter of fact, I remember someone discussing some things with me early on that now allow me to know without any doubt that they were speaking to me in a way that isn't common at all. This goes even further to allow me to know that someone was pretending to be auditory hallucinations for a little over 2 years before I came to find out that it was something else, and still going on to this day. I saw this individual in his blue Ford pickup truck, a sparkly blue paint job with a firefighter's license tag. He was digging around in his console for something when I noticed him just a few blocks from my home now in Little Rock. These things have to come to an end. These crimes have to come to light. And this is the only way closure is going to take place for myself and for, I presume, a lot of people. The problem is that my fiancée, Lynn Patterson, is in jail right now. And this leads to something else. That when I asked her to marry me, in fact, they started hitting me, bombarding me really, really hard within 24 hours after that. I also had Ancestry.com emails sent to me throughout these years, and this leads me to believe that this is all about a legal settlement and controlling that legal settlement. And this is the reason why they're squeezing my head, to try to, in fact, disable me to a point to where someone would have that kind of control. I believe this is Gary Cochran doing this. This is horrifying. But it may explain why my mother had almost 100 credit cards in her purse at one time, all wrapped in a rubber band, and I didn't understand that at all. These all lead to this thing being about a financial means. This has to come to light, and I need all the help in this possibly that I can get.